What we determine is a single leg heel rise is to be able to lift the heel 2 centimeters from a neutral position on a single leg. And if you don't have various equipment, you can actually use the tape measure again to do that. So first I want to instruct it doing on the healthy side, and then we're going to test it on the injured side. So here we have the healthy side, consider the right, and the injured side, consider the left. So the instruction for doing this, we're going to start with shoes on a flat surface. What I want you to do, you're going to have 2 fingertips per hand onto the wall for balance. It's important when you do the heel rise, you go straight up and down and your knee is going to be straight. So what you're going to do is stand on your right leg, bend your left knee, and then what we're going to have, we want to look from the back. I want you to go up and down as high as you can. 1, let's do like 5 of those, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. And what you can see, his height there is probably around 5 to 7 centimeters. So before we're going to do the full test, I'm going to see to make sure that he can do it on the injured side at least above 2 centimeters. So what you can do is, you can wait a little bit. I'm going to put the tape on so I can get down here to kind of looking at what I can see where the height is. And then you're going to stand on the left leg. You're going to bend that one, 2 fingertips, and I want you to go up as high as you can. Excellent. And go back down again. So he was about 9 centimeters on that. So that means he's able to do a single leg heel rise, which should be over 2 centimeters on the injured side. Some people can barely move it, and then you know they're not ready for the test yet. So now we're going to take this off, and you can step aside. So the heel rise test that we perform is performed on in general, we have a 10-degree incline. So we're going to put the 10-degree incline on here to starting. The reason we do the heel rise test on an incline is because we want to make sure 10 degrees is what you need for walking. And we want to make sure that they have enough of a push-off to kind of looking at the range. Also, people with an Achilles tendon rupture tends to not be able to come as high. They can still have good force, slightly more into dorsiflexion. So now we're going to do the same thing. I want you to step up. We're going to stand here. If you want to do this test and really look at the endurance, you want to look at how many they do, how high they go for each, and also the max height. We use something called a linear encoder. It's part of a testing equipment we have. But again, there is a calf raise app out there that you can do, and you can testing it the same way. And that one is free, and it's really easy to put markers on the foot, and you have a video from the side. You can also, if you just was interested in the max height, you can use the tape measure that we have done. So I'm going to show you now how it's tested without the equipment, just so you know what to do. So again, it's going to be 2 fingertips on the wall per hand. They're going to stand on one leg. And in general, we have a metronome. So the metronome is set to 60 beats per minute, which meaning they go up on one beat and down on the other beat. And I'm going to be the beat now, and I'm going to talk to you about it. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We're going to go up on one beat and down on the other. I'm going to say up when you go up and down when you go down. Is that okay? And then we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And what you want to see is a continue, straight knee, and they want to continue until they're fatigued. Either they stop or they start swaying too much or they start bending the knee.